where
Fucking legend.
I'm a living fucking legend.
Took out a pair of clippers and just
I'm a living fucking
Action
legend.
Bronson did it.
just live while they were going.
While they're performing, yeah, mid-song. Action Bronson did it.
I'm a living fucking legend.
Oh yeah, please, yeah, hit it.
Just go for it.
We'll start whenever, you know what
all
I'm saying?
day.
But yeah, Action Bronson did it. Fucking Jaden Smith did it, and Ghostface Killer did it.
That's awesome.
Are the three artists I've seen do it.
That's commitment right there, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, let me know. I think you're on 2 or
Hey.
3. This is your volume. If
I was
you're
going to say, I don't hear shit right now, but
no.
that's fair. No, I don't know if that does anything. It looks like, actually, no, it is registering on there. It's actually pretty high, but
You're 2. You should be. Right? Isn't this your, or no?
I
You're,
hear nothing.
No, you're
here,
and you're 3.
I'll
Right
hold
here.
this whole bad boy. Hey, there we go.
There you go. You in there?
We are live.
I gotta replace those headphones because are they a little staticky? Last time I checked, they were like a little janky.
That's
My
okay.
apologies.
Just yell really loud, and I'm sure I'll hear you.
I mean, I
fine.
could still turn them up more. Were you? That's you, right? This
No,
is,
yeah, you're good.
This is fucking
that's
doing
that's
you.
here. Let me.
Yeah, you play.
Please allow me, sir. Yes.
I know you know what you're doing.
There
You
we
know
go.
I love this thing.
It's funny because I mean, I could probably figure it out after a while. I mean, this
This
like,
thing is plug and play. This is the most easiest.
You just use it for podcasts?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Because
Because it looks like a sample
it's what
pad
it-
to me. Like we were just talking
there
about.
are
with
samples
the,
on that. Like you can do like sound effects, but I actually got to send it back in because the pressures are all fucked up. So like it does have like.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But sometimes they'll go off without fucking like the sensitivity's fucked
Without
up.
doing it, yeah.
So, but irrelevant to that. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey,
Taylor.
thank you for having me. It's my first ever podcast. So
Well,
we're
dude, I'm honored to have
I'm
be.
in the official office, my guy. You know, it's cool to be part of something new. I always tell people you should always try to step outside of your comfort zone, and I think that's something I actively try to portray in my life. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be hard sometimes. Obviously, this is a podcast, so it's pretty laid back and it's not really pressure, but
Yeah.
it's just something cool. Like you always do something different because you don't know if you like something until you try it, you know?
Except until I bring up the allegations. What about the allegations?
yeah, what happened
What about
here?
the allegations? What about the hot questions? No.
I don't know. We'll have to ask those people. I know I don't have any towards me, so I like to keep it that way.
No, I'm just fucking with you. But thank you for making it out. And
Hell yeah, dude.
You know,
Always
obviously, I don't know you the wellest, but I've been getting to know you over the last few weeks, and I'm enjoying the person I'm getting to know. And I
yeah,
figured,
man.
why not do that as a form of content? And that's what this podcast
Absolutely.
is for. And
That's solid.
for everybody who doesn't know, Taylor is a pretty freaking phenomenal drummer. And we got a show coming up April 28th, which this should be out either the day of or the day before, which tomorrow's because this is Wednesday, the 26th.
Friday's the show, man.
Friday's the show.
This week.
I'm gonna drop this tomorrow, which is Thursday.
Cool.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
So stay tuned. Yeah.
But yeah, tell me a little more about yourself. How long you been drumming for?
So I've been playing drums for 15, 16 years probably at this point in my life. Okay. I actually, side note, I'm a big like CD guy. I like having physical copies of things. I hate the technological era of these. I'll definitely take it. Absolutely. I'll blast it on the internet for you too. I always like having like physical things as a part of like going to shows and getting merchandise and shit like that. And I just threw this CD on that I had that was, it's a guy by the name of Jim Donovan. It's probably nobody you've ever heard of, but he was the drummer for Rusted Root and also for Santana.
Okay.
And I took a couple classes with him and kind of regained my sense of like the beginning, kind of got back to like my roots basically, essentially. Which comes from actually African hand drumming. That was where I originally started. Not a lot of people know about that. It was a very small portion of my life, but that was how I kind of got into drums. I was in elementary school and I was walking around the hallway and I heard all this, just like whatever, just these random beats and stuff. And I'm just like, what is that sound, dude? I was just fascinated by how it was. And I remember looking in this one classroom and there was this dude in there teaching a class of kids, and it was just a whole bunch of like African drums. And like obviously at the time I knew nothing about it, so I did like a little double take, kind of went back, like just stood there for a minute, and I was like, man, the way that the pulse of these drums are, the feeling I was getting from it, just like standing there, like not even doing anything, was like, I was like, yo, I want to do that. Like I don't know what it is, but I want it in my life, And it was such a weird thing because like at that time. I lived on the north side of Syracuse, and I was like, it was a very like, multicultural school, very diverse. And I was one of the very few white kids in the school. And when I had moved school districts in like 5th grade. I ended up in like the Western Tennessee district, and I went to like Split Rock Elementary, and that's where I was introduced to drumsticks, like a pair of actual drumsticks and like a snare drum. So it was like completely the opposite. And then on top of that, it was like mostly white kids, and there was less of a multicultural, there was less diversity in the school, whatever. So it was kind of a weird introduction to get started. But from there, it was basically being in concert band and, whatever the school was advertising kind of thing. And I ended up joining what was called the percussion section of the band, and it was some drumming. It was like there was xylophones, there was a timpani when I started doing orchestra stuff. Like it's like all that external nonsense that's not like when you think of a drummer, what's the first thing that you would think of?
For me, like Blink-182, that's where my mind goes.
Oh, for like artist wise, yeah.
I think Travis Barker. I don't know.
Oh yeah, see,
you Rorschach shake like that. I was just like first thing that went to mind when
that's how it should go.
Especially when I think back to like my first exposure to like live drums and like a drummer. I'm like I fucking love. I fuck with
Hell
this.
Yeah.
Was
Travis has become such a diverse part of the music industry and making his own record company and recording stuff with Machine Gun Kelly. Like that album came out, they blasted to the charts, at the top of the charts. And Travis Barker was actually one of my first original inspirations as well.
I had the fucking mohawk and shit, but I always thought because like I tried playing the cello when I was a kid, couldn't ever really grasp that.
Yeah.
And then I figured I was kind of like I don't know, I'm just like a bull in the china shop, so I figured drums were more up my alleyway.
Fair.
And then I actually just never
Didn't
stuck
go
with
for
any. Yeah, I never stuck with them, unfortunately.
Well, it seems like you found your niche.
Yeah, I did.
And you seem very happy with how it's going. I mean, I obviously, like I said, I haven't known you for very long either, but the short time it's been good getting to know somebody else. And like I'm a big people person. I'm always down to make new friends, meet some new fans, meet some good connections and stuff. I think networking is like the key thing that a lot of people struggle with, and part of that might just be maybe some people aren't as outgoing, so it's a little bit more challenging for them to try to reach out to somebody and just like take that step. Like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it or not, because like what if they don't respond to me? It's like, well, what if you don't take that step to try?
It's funny. I even felt it like I've been doing a big flyer dump for this show.
Yeah.
And I felt it this whole last week because I've gone to a lot of like I went to Halo Tattoo because they're right on the strip right there in Liverpool.
Hanging the flyers.
To hang the flyer in their window, and they hung it for me. But I know that feeling. I'm like, man, I drove past it twice. And then same with like my hometown gas station right up here. Like I waited till today because I've kind of been like, I don't know if they're gonna do it, and all of them said yes. And it's funny that like, and who cares? And I've learned to, I at least try to like learn to love rejection kind of in a sense, just because it like that's the worst that can happen too. And then we find who does take it.
Right. I think being rejected kind of. In many forms of rejection, obviously, not just in the music, but I think that having to face a sort of, a sense of rejection, kind of, it's either going to make or break you. There's not going to be like a middle ground of what happens. It's either like you're like, okay, I got to get up and try again, or you're going to sit there and you're going to suffer and, destroy yourself in your head about like, why wasn't I good enough? Or like, why didn't I? What could I have done better? You know what I mean? It's like, well, you're putting yourself out there, dude. The worst that's going to happen is someone's going to say no. How many times have you been said no to in your life? On a number of things, right?
Any category.
Has it ever stopped you from continuing something that you love to do?
Yeah, no. I mean, there's only one time no, but
it's never stopped you.
No, not really.
Really?
But, well,
okay,
I mean,
that's different. I'm saying I think everybody sort of gets I can say that it stopped me before at certain times in my life when I wasn't as confident as I am now.
Or actually, no, yeah, I can think of a good example. I actually stopped rapping for a while because of like an ex-girlfriend's comment on one of my songs. So I get what you're saying.
That was enough to take it over the edge.
Took me for a while, for years actually. I remember recording a song and she's like, "This song fucking sucks," and I was just like,
"Damn."
Her defense, it probably did. But
that's fair.
Yeah, that shit crushed me.
Maybe, was it one of your beginning stages?
Fuck yeah.
Well, everybody goes through that, man. You can't. I mean, some people write a hit right off the bat, and you're just shocked. But
not to flex, but my first project, I am still performing songs off of, and I did take that on tour. But like the first shit I ever recorded when I was young was definitely rough.
Right.
Yeah, and even my first project was rough. I'm surprised I've made it this far off of that because Fuck Vinny was janky.
Yeah. Oh, that's where that was from. Was the beginning?
Okay. I theoretically only have one project out. And then I have a bunch of singles.
Yeah.
And then those were supposed to be part of a collective project that I put out during the tour and then took down because I wanted to remaster a few songs.
Yeah.
Because they were, again, janky mastered, and I've just learned the difference of like a good edit and a bad edit,
Yeah,
and
man.
like what a real good mastering actually does. Like even before when I used to shoot this podcast, I didn't master the audio. I just put it out because it sounded okay. If you play one of like the first 40 episodes compared to the last 10 episodes, like the audio quality is just astronomically different.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would hope to improve on whatever craft you're doing. I mean, if it's been that, like, how long have you been doing music for example?
Professionally, I put that project out 5 years ago. Well, I recorded my first song at like 15 though.
Yeah.
Like I got my first little mic and started recording at like 15,
Right.
16.
And that was all the introduction period. I mean, anybody starts out in the beginning. Any great had to start out from the bottom. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I love my
it's-
Middletownness, like my little like hometownness, because I feel
Yeah.
like that that creates stars. I think that little like kind of hometown right outside of
Yeah.
a city, boy, is where like stars are born.
Mm-hmm.
Like every one of them's from. I'm from just like a little shitty town outside of this city, and I don't
Yeah.
know. That's where like I do love where. But today, this isn't about me. This is about Taylor, dude.
I think it's about a lot of things, man. I could be. I'm you know, pretty open about whatever. So it's.
Tell me some of the some of the groups you've been in.
So my first band, I guess technically, was there was this one of the first bands, at least one in high school for sure, was called All the King's Horses, and it was just a group of kids from high school in West Genesee, and we were playing some metalcore stuff, some hardcore stuff, whatever, trying to be a part of that scene, and like I actually ended up quitting organized music to pursue that when I was in high school. Like I had been doing since, 15, 16 years of my life, whatever. And I just got to that point, like after marching band in high school, which taught me a shit ton of discipline, made me a very
That's
good
what you mean
player.
by
I was on
organized
snare
music?
line. Yeah, like being like presented with music that you have to learn and perform in front of people. Like, but okay, I can't say against your will, because obviously you're there because you want to be, right? I was there because I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it was difficult for me, and I wanted to give up. And I think one of the first years I did it, I actually like quit. I dropped out after like a month and a half or whatever.
Man,
And-
any chance you can run out and just silence that? Thank you.
but it I don't know, quickly translated into like me kind of just like getting, listening to other types of music and stuff, because I had a lot of friends who like literally were obsessed with like the EDM culture and like the dubstep shows and all that kind of stuff, and we would go hang out at a friend's house, listen to that constantly. It was like that or like metal shit, and I started bridging that gap more into metal stuff. And then somebody was like, "Oh, we're looking for a drummer," and I was like, "I'll do it, sure, like whatever." And I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, you know what I mean? But 5-6 years down the line, we were still a band playing shows and got over 2,000 likes on Facebook. It felt like, this was something cool. We had a couple like little,
Shit, that's more than I got right now.
little label offers here and there, but nothing of our time. But at that time when you're so young, you're like, no way, dude. Like I got a label offer. Like, dude, the label doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I got offered my first label at 16 too, and it's like,
yeah, it's a good feeling.
I'm starting to realize I think they only do that to children, dude. What the fuck, man?
Well, sometimes it's bad because if the people have ill intentions, or ill-willed, companies, like they want to come after your money. They don't care about your exposure. They want to take another person
no-
onto the roster to get paid for it.
No label really cares about,
Well, no. I could say no one. I mean, think about it. You're a
label.
business, though. Like,
Yeah.
you're a business. So you obviously are out there to make money and to do what you need to do to get your business moving and stay afloat. You know what I mean? But, I don't think taking advantage of people because of, like, your own gain and financial value, is that really worth it to, like, do that to somebody? You know what I mean?
Not from my perspective, but in this industry, it happens way too often.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I had a show promoter try to sell me a merch table slot.
They didn't just offer it, like, hey, you get a merch table?
Well, no,
Or you mean like it was a show?
I asked him. I was doing a show at the Westcott Theater. I'm not going to name the promoter, but I was like, hey, I'm like, he told me I got 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, am I guaranteed my like, where can I set up merch? He's like, oh, Westcott's making me charge $200 a merch slot. I'm like, that is not true. You know what I'm saying?
That's so steep. Dude.
Yeah.
Why?
That's not true. He was just trying to do it. He was going to
he
pocket.
was trying to get his money.
He was going to pocket it.
I
Yeah.
see.
He was,
See, ill intentions, man.
there's a lot of people in this industry, but that's one thing I can sense I haven't gotten from you. Like I could tell you're in it for the love of the game, and it's rare and few. That's where like I hope people know that's why I think I've even made it to where I've made it in this career, and I even get to work with artists like yourself, and like even like Gita, my DJ, like he's in my opinion one of like the best DJs in Syracuse
Hell
out of you know,
Right.
and I don't know. I think it's just because everybody's got just that love for the fucking game.
As they should, man. Thank you for the words. I think that drumming has always been a passion of mine. It's probably the one thing I can say in the world that like it holds a different value to me than most everything else does. And I think like family and friends greatly important. I definitely cherish that aspect of my life. And I think music is the only thing that's ever made me feel like I was grounded and calm. You know, it's like when you're about to go play up a show or wherever, and there's this feeling of just like anxiousness and like anticipation and like the willingness to try to like, okay, I got to get ready. I got to remember all these things. I hope I don't mess it up. Like, all this sorts of stuff runs through your head when you're about to play a show. And I think that feeling is almost like what I don't want to feel, because I want to go into it knowing that like, okay, I am prepared. Like I got this, things are going to be fine. But it kind of gives you like that push of like, yo, get ready, man. Like it's almost like that middle, like hype you up sort of feeling before you get to the show. Cause
I'm addicted to it.
it's crazy.
I'm
It
addicted
is.
to it. I love it.
And it's like once you get on stage and I'm sitting there behind my drum set and I'm like ready to play and like that first song kicks in and I'm waiting for the click track to go, the metronome's happening, whatever. It's like as soon as I start playing, everything that I could think about in my day that I was worried about, I was nervous of, I was scared of, whatever had happened to be going on, just disappears, dude.
Gone.
Everything's quiet. And it is like there is no other feeling besides seeing that, because like I'm somebody who has always struggled with their self-worth and finding that like I don't believe in myself a lot of times, and I don't really know where that comes in my life. I had a good upbringing. I had a lot of support in a system that, worked for me and
I think
good
it's
friends
human
and
nature.
everything. But it's like, I would think that you would need to have something like significant happen to just be that way. It's like some people are
I think you
born
need to
like
be
that.
delusional to think you're just perfect.
That's fair. I would never say
not
that
say
I'm perfect, but I
like
understand what you're saying.
unstoppable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I want that. We all want that
Yeah,
feeling,
we'd all want to like think we like Kanye West, like think we're just unstoppable,
Right.
and shit like that. But I think that's just human nature because I sense an incredible confidence from you. Plus, you're talented. But I know what you're saying. That little, it's like, we're rehearsing, we're ready,
We
but
experienced it at rehearsal the other day. It was
but you still get that what somebody explained it to me as once that I love is that angst that is like it's a feeling that you're about to do something you'll never forget. And I've always grasped on that.
That's a great way to put it, dude.
Because I don't like calling it anxiety. I don't like calling it nervousness because people are scared
it
of
a
those
negative
words.
connotation.
And
That
it's
makes
not a
sense.
negative thing. And they say an addict doesn't even enjoy the high. The 90% of the enjoyment is going to get it. Okay.
Like the anticipation.
Like the
Again,
anticipation, the
of,
build
like,
up.
knowing what's going to happen.
So I was thinking about this with this whole show in general. It's like these are the only things like I party. Let's say hypothetically,
Hell yeah.
I have a slight addictive personality, so I like to analyze the life of an addict. And then with this feeling is very similar. It's a high. You know what I'm saying? And it's the only one that takes me months to chase. It takes me weeks. There's so much. There's today. There's
Right.
I get to feel it a little bit today before rehearsal. Right
Yeah,
now,
right.
before we do this,
Yes.
I feel it on the way here. It's like I don't know. It's just
People chase that feeling.
it's
man.
magical, dude. And I wish people could find it in an art, in a craft, in a productive way. Because I also, like I said, as a person who's experimented with drugs and even to a point where I've had an addiction to them. Like I've been like, ooh, I have to completely separate myself from certain things because I realized that their powers are stronger. And like,
Right.
so I guess I'm just using it as a base comparison. And I just hope anybody who has that like personality trait like I do, to where it's like anything can like be their. It's almost like a tunnel vision where it's like
Right.
this is the only thing that fucking matters. Just try to harness that into like just an outlet, a craft,
Something positive.
something that's productive that not only benefits you. That's what I've learned because it's easy to do things but like something that you can like get a group of people together and everybody can work on it. And I've learned that like that's what's helped my success. You know what I'm saying? Is being able to reach out to other artists who also love this and do this, and it builds the network, and it's.
So the power of numbers, man. The more people you got in your corner, the stronger you're going to feel, the better you're going to feel about things. As long as they're supportive.
And, yeah, and everybody can manage themselves too, because I've learned that's
You don't want to babysit anybody if they're on your team.
Yeah.
That's extra work for you to be putting in that just like is a waste of your time then. It's like you want to get people on the same page, get everybody like riled up and excited for the same thing.
My apologies.
Oh yeah, our show today is sponsored by Smart Water, so make sure you drink this and become intelligent as possible.
I used to be a Poland Springs guy.
Yeah.
And then my chiropractor got me onto distilled water.
I mean, it's a lot better for you in a lot of ways. That's why people use all the filtered waters and stuff. There's so many like bad minerals and stuff that you don't, with drinking tap water, sure.
Good minerals you need too.
There's
and
a
it's
lot
like,
I think there's a good and bad water. I think it's like, in some ways, it is kind of ridiculous how many water companies we have, dude. Like, just fucking, like, why do we need so many of them? Like, everybody wants to make their own money. Just like, let's minimize a lot of things. I think there's like a different way of like living. It's just a minimalistic lifestyle that can change people for the better. Water. We don't need 900 brands of water for no fucking reason.
Its price rate is fucked.
Think about it, dude. It's another business. How many businesses are there going to sell the exact same product? Somebody who just wants to do it better than the other ones. And those are the people that are going to win,
I just feel like there's a lot of people in the world who will go to a store. And because I had this thought the other day and be like, I'm not going to spend $2, $3 on a water bottle because I'm just getting water. I'm going to spend $3 on a soda because I'm getting I'm getting 70 grams of sugar. I'm getting fucking some high fructose, dude. I'm getting some hitters.
I'm drinking this Red Bull, which has 38 grams of sugar.
That's actually respectable.
I don't need it.
But in base comparison to a soda usually on average has about 72 grams. And that's a good, if you're going for caffeine, because I was actually born addicted to caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, fucking
How did you find that out?
Because I was born shaking and shit, and they were going to take me from my mom, and the only way they had to dose me with caffeine to. Oh my God. I was basically a crack baby for caffeine.
It's not funny. I'm laughing.
No, it is. And then I used to get jacked up. I still get wired on caffeine, dude. I told you, I ain't sleeping the night.
I can see you doing that. The short time I've known you, I've been around you I get 3 times
jittery.
in person.
I have it a little bit.
You an uppity person,
And it's in my It's I think it's just in there because of the caffeine.
That's fair.
The fucking.
Yeah, I mean, are you a coffee drinker?
I enjoy a good coffee.
But you wouldn't say it's not like an everyday thing for you.
No, I've avoided caffeine my whole life because it fucking
because it gets you
tweaks
amped.
Me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Me. But I did feel like I remember the first time I had a good. I went to Freedom of Espresso. I was like, ooh, this is fucking good.
Yeah.
And I was working right by it, so the next day I went and got one, and I didn't get the buzz I got from it the first day. So then the day after that, I got a hitter, a little taller one,
bigger one.
And
Go big or go home.
I was straight. I was rolling, man. I was rolling off that espresso. I'm like, how do people do this on the daily?
Yeah.
I also had a show that day.
Right.
So I'm like, this was the worst mistake ever. I am so angsty and jittery. And,
Hell yeah.
But, caffeine.
Yeah, it's
Get that hitter.
Man. I don't drink coffee every day either. I'm actually I'm a pretty big tea guy. If I had to choose, man, it's a lot more
it has
soothing,
a higher
bro.
caffeine rate though? Average tea has higher caffeine, but
just per cup or whatever. Yeah, it's always interesting. I mean, there's so many different flavors and there's so many different blends of coffee and flavors of energy drinks. This shit's obviously way worse for you. You have a cup of black coffee or you have a cup of green tea. There's health benefits that are actually involved with all of those things comparatively to a Red Bull or a Monster or an Amped or whatever you happen to use.
I'm a big supporter of Red Bull, only not because they're actually that fucking thing right there.
Bro.
That thing is fire. That's a good drink right there. Not that's a good drink, but it's a tasty.
One of my
beverage.
friends turned me on to this flavor,
Vice
particularly
versa. That exact
strawberry.
one, dude. That's a hitter. That one tastes delicious.
I'm a big dragon fruit guy, though.
I just tried the dragon fruit today. I think that's better.
My go-to. This one's kind of
the watermelon's good. Did you try the watermelon?
See, I'm not a big watermelon fan. Man.
I like it.
I like fruit-wise watermelon. I don't like fake artificial flavor.
I like
fruits.
both.
It's different, dude. It's not the same. I hate grape. Grape flavored anything, you can just leave right now. Your ride's been here, dude.
Your ride's been
but
here.
I think that an actual grape, I could eat grapes, dude.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
I had a grape renaissance not too long ago, dude. Mm-hmm. I just fucking had a grape. I was like, holy shit, dude. I forgot I love these things, dude. But then I forgot which one I like. So I was going between green and purple. And I'm like, I'm a bit of a burnout. So next time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, the fuck ones do I like?
That's why you got to make a list, dude. I found lists are very, very effective in a lot of your habits.
I make a lot of lists.
Shopping, bro.
I make a lot of lists.
I like to make them, but half the time I don't follow them.
Same.
I live very spontaneously in a very random person.
You're not gonna fucking control me, Liz.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes I got so much shit running around because I got ADD. So sometimes it's I feel like I'm really organized and I'm into it and I'm ready to go and all this stuff. And then I'll be doing something. I'll be like, yo, why do I feel like I'm so messy and cluttered right now? But like, I know where everything is. Dude, you ask me where anything's in my room, I'm going to tell you exactly where it is. But the piles and the organization of like shit on my desk, it's like, there is no real organization to it. It's just I know where it is,
That's
bro.
how I feel about my room.
It's like, and I'm not even a messy dude. It's just like, that's just part of the disorganization. So I think lists like really help a lot if I'm particularly trying to follow them to my absolute best, you know.
So I went to I went to Walmart today. I needed to get a table, a tote, and a third thing that started with a T. And I'm the whole time I'm
Tacos.
there.
I bet it was tacos.
I kept thinking teriyaki, and it wasn't
Yo,
teriyaki.
teriyaki tacos.
But still
Could
to
be
this
podcast name,
day,
just saying.
I don't know what the third T item I needed was. It was further. It had to do with the show. There's something I'm missing with the T. I'm gonna let you know this right now, because I'm like I
For
need
the show? Yeah.
Because I was going to the. I'm like
We're going to show up and be like, yo, everybody list everything that starts with a T
yeah.
right now before
Dude,
we play.
This will be out tomorrow. Drop anything that you can think of that starts with a T. Because my mind just keeps going teriyaki. And now tacos. Now I got teriyaki and tacos. Give me another T thing, Ben. Ben, what starts with a T?
Toilet paper, baby.
No, I have toilet paper. And I wouldn't use that for the show. Fuck.
You're going to hand out Tootsie Rolls just like...
The fuck was it, dude? I don't remember, dude.
Wait, what were the first two things again? You had
totes?
tote bag, like tote bags. Yeah.
No, like totes for the like.
For your merch.
Yes.
Yeah, tote bag. Oh, yeah.
Tote
I
bins.
got you.
Table, obviously for also for the merch. There's a third T. I remember I was like singing a little song and I got the card. No, I got the
What
T's.
about the merch, dude? If you got the bins, you got to make sure you had.
I got the merch.
Oh, it's all collective.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't need that at Walmart. It was at Walmart. Something I needed at Walmart. 3 T's, the things I needed. I fucking sung a song. I'm like, I'm never gonna forget. I'm like, I wrote these lyrics. How could I forget them? You know what I'm
Say
saying?
tablecloth, but you don't.
Got the tablecloth too.
Okay, what do you got? You need something to like stand out on your merch table. What's gonna separate you from everybody else at the show?
I got probably the only person being there with a merch table.
Well, I guess that helps.
We can start there. And my merch table looks good. I have merch girls too.
Hell yeah.
So-
Yeah, you got to have somebody trying to sell something. Man,
Yeah,
you know?
so my merch table looks good. I know I need to get little lights.
Yeah, get some lights, get a little prop
But
of some
that
kind.
doesn't start with a T, and I know about the lights. The lights are
That's
on
fair.
the list. I didn't forget
Was
the
it
lights.
specifically for the merch table, or was it just like, I need this for the show, and bro, I don't know what it is?
Yeah, I don't know. In my mind, I assumed because I did need shampoo, but I grabbed shampoo and conditioner. There was 3
That's
T
fair.
things that I'm like, this is the main thing I needed: tote, table, and then I just remembered it was 3 T's.
You know what? It's one of those things where you're going to have to sit and think about it for a while, and then it's going to come back to you, dude. As soon as you start not thinking about it, it's going to come to you.
It's not that, but do you know what did just come to me? Is you know Austin, right? Big Sexy?
Of course.
So shout out to him for this idea. So I think this is what we're going to do for the Afro Man show. By the way, we're going to plug that, by the way. June 21st, Wednesday, at the Westcott Theater, we'll be opening up for Afro Man.
Because I got high.
Yep. But I think we should do chefs. We're going to be chefs.
Gonna be chefs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You like that?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah, I'll have the merch girls wearing like It's Always Now aprons and shit, and we'll all be be chefs out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I love hibachi.
Yo, hibachi's the shit,
Yeah.
dude. Yes.
I want to
Dude,
sample hibachi sounds and make a song with them, like the sizzle
like the
and their
sizzle
fucking.
and the fries and all the freaking.
Their fucking
yeah.
da- da- da-
Hell yeah.
and when they
cracking
do
an egg.
when they do the seasoned shake.
Oh yeah,
I love
dude.
that.
Hell yeah. I like the little volcanoes that they do with the little onions. They cut them up and pour the oil in. They go, and it's like.
I'm a big
Always
hibachi
cool.
guy.
I actually just went to Kodo recently in the mall. It was so I'm in a band called The Greater Danger. It's a metalcore project from Syracuse, so make sure you guys go check out that stuff.
Please do.
I got some music videos online, on YouTube and all that
I'll
stuff.
like
and,
at the end of this, those will be like the click links that come up.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
make those to
Yeah,
traffic those. So.
appreciate it. So we went out to Kodo for our photographer, Melanie Bazile. Melanie Joe Photography, check her out too. She's got some awesome stuff. She's been our band photographer for a while now. Does really good work, great person. And we went out for her birthday and did Kodo as a start there. And I don't think I ever sat down in Kodo at the thing, but I've been to Ichiban's before multiple times. And I always thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, yo, prepared food right in front of you. I'd way rather have that because it's you're adding to your dinner. You thought you were going to have a dinner. It's not just a dinner.
And a
You're
show.
surprised. It's a show. And you think okay, it's a little expensive sometimes for the price of it all, but you're also paying for the concert, It's I'd
Quick
say
plug.
the concert, but it's the same. It's
Especially if you get a good one.
Oh
You
yeah,
get a
exactly.
good
And you get a dude who's like funny as shit, and he's like cracking jokes, and he's like making moves around. You know,
I love
oh,
it.
check us in the hat. You know, like
little
I don't want
shrimp-
that one. Put
little
it
shrimp
back.
pocket, you know. I go to Sake Bomb before 3 any day but Sunday. They do hibachi lunch special,
Nice.
and it's like
Dude,
$17.
nothing like it, dude.
$17, dude. You get
I
the
pretty
combo.
much am addicted to Kodo. Kodo sponsor me right now because I love you so much.
Sponsor this podcast, yeah, dude. I get Kodo to go
Immediately.
twice a week, dude. But you know
Bro,
what I've been
it's the
doing?
best. Which one?
I've been getting Kodo to go, and I just go over to Cajun Cafe and I get a thing of bourbon chicken, and I just because
Dude,
their sides
bourbon
suck ass
chicken.
though.
Their sides are not good, but bourbon chicken is like something I feel like I grew up with. Like back when Destiny USA was Carousel. Like that,
Yeah, it's
I'm
still
always
there.
gonna think about it. Well, yeah, I know it's still there,
It's
but I mean,
been
like when I
there.
was a kid and it was Carousel, we would from my family went out somewhere, we went to like go watch a movie or whatever it was, and we go to the food court. That's the place we're going to because bourbon chicken, man, the shit slaps.
I bet.
So good.
I bet. Fucking Cajun Cafe was there before the Carousel. It used to be Cajun Cafe Mall, and then they built the. They're like, nah, we don't like the sound of it. They built the Carousel after.
They got rid of everybody else. Yeah.
I don't know what came first, but I know both were both of their. Those are like the two staples of Destiny for me.
Oh yeah, they've definitely been there for a long time.
That and the lady I used to buy my chains from, the Asian lady with the center kiosk, dude, because she don't.
Oh,
Fucking,
yeah?
She don't go out either. They got the good. It made me want to open up a Chinese food restaurant.
Bro.
Thinking about how long they've been there, it's got to be
Been
so
a long
lucrative,
time, man. Yeah.
They're the only ones that hold
I
down.
bet you-
And then the people across the thing, they got to split them up.
Oh yeah, right.
I can't remember what they're
It's
called.
not the
I don't
same,
eat the.
dude. It's not the same.
My one buddy loves them. I'm like, you're a fool. You're
Yeah,
a fool.
no, Cajun Cafe is where it's at. I mean, I pretty much get Kodo every time I go to the
I'm
mall.
gonna be
I'm
honest,
like, I'm gonna
Kodo-
take this to go. That's where my heart lies, dude. I got the rewards card. I feel like I'm
What do
like
you
a
get?
real member. What
do you get?
The chicken hibachi, but
You
with
just get
extra
chicken?
extra crispy chicken and like the fried rice, bro.
I
like
get the
I'm,
shrimp
See,
rice,
man,
shrimp chicken combo.
I wish that I liked seafood more than I did. I've tried so many different kinds of seafood, and one time when I was, I don't know, was it middle school or like the beginning of high school or something? I want to say it was like the end of middle school, but I had this buddy John who I grew up with who like lived down the street from my parents' house, and there was like we were hanging out together every day, like best friends with this kid, grew up with him, and his mom had made a clam pasta one time. And like it was real good before. Like I had it before, and I was like, okay, like I wasn't too picky about what I ate, you know, because I just kind of grew up in a house where it's like you ate what was on your plate, and like you can get seconds if you want, but whatever's on your plate, you better finish it, you know. Like so, obviously helps with waste in the future. But so we had this clam pasta, and I got food poisoning, and so did he for like 3 or 4 days straight, and I mean. It was bad, bro. I didn't ever think I was gonna be that sick, and like, you know, coming out of both ends, like I couldn't get off my bed. Like it was rough, dude. I was after that, it pretty much turned me off of like ever wanting seafood again. And
can
I just
see that.
that was enough for me to be like, I don't care.
I had a hot dogs renaissance like last year, and then I ended up getting food poisoning from a Hebrew national I ate on a train, dude. And I was
Shit.
like, dude, I'm off the dogs.
Did that
dude.
change you?
I'm
It
off the
changed that for
dogs.
you too?
I hit one.
I couldn't.
We hit hides the other day, and I enjoyed it, but it's been.
That's fair.
It took me a couple seasons.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I try to fight through my hate of things, because if not,
That's
I'll hate
valid.
everything.
If you have a reason to hate something, I think it's important to like
keep
that strong for yourself. If it's something you really truly
well, I'm
believe
definitely
in.
gonna eat a hot dog on a train again. Dude. That's fucking shit.
I don't blame you, bro.
That's where my
Your
hate
first
lies.
mistake was ordering the hot dog on a train.
Dude, you know, I was out here, dude. It was a renaissance, dude. It was hot dogs over everything, dude. I don't know
dude,
why.
I can't eat hot dogs, bro. You ever
I used
seen
to hate them. I used to hate hot dogs.
See, bro, I don't even eat 'em anymore.
Like a year and a half ago, all I wanted. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got brainwashed, but it was hot dogs or nothing. People are like, what do you want, Ben? I want to fuck. And
Give me a
hate-
hot dog, yeah? Give me some ketchup
Fucking
and mustard on
come
the
on.
side. Come on now.
There was one other time I had a hot dog renaissance in my life, because literally my entire life, anti-hot dog. And we used to have like a hot dog stand next to the gas station up the street, dude. She was the Patties, dude. She was there for like a year. She
Yeah.
grilled the bun. Delicious. It was delicious.
Dude, a
For
grilled
$1,
bun's great.
$1, you go up there with a bug, you got a dog, dude. I was like
How can you
13 at the
beat it?
time.
Yeah.
Freaking little stoner,
See, that's
dude.
how they scam all the kids.
Fuck it. That wasn't a scam. That was a fucking deal and a
Steal
half,
for
dude.
you because you loved it, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I go out there with the boys, dude, 5 deep. Abe Lincoln will have us all grubbing, dude. We'll all fucking have a dog, dude. But
I don't know. I say I'm a burger guy now, man. After seeing a video of like
I avoid pork
what a
in
hot
general.
dog's made, bro. You what?
I try to avoid pork in general.
Yeah, no. So I don't eat pork that much either. Honestly, it's like The only thing I think is like if I go to like Dinosaur Barbecue and I get some like barbecue pulled pork, that's probably the only time that
Or
I
like
want
some
to actually
Bob's.
eat pork. That's just me though. I need a little something extra, you know, make it a little pizzazz.
I
you know?
like a tenderloin, but I haven't eaten one in a few years.
Yeah, it's
like a
been a minute.
fucking good pork tenderloin. Those shits are
Absolutely.
fucking delicious.
Dude, I telling you, bro, I used to eat hot dogs as much as you're talking about loving them, but like I stopped after I saw a video online of like
That wouldn't
how
have
it's
stopped me.
made, bro.
That wouldn't have
That's
stopped me.
just like that's what it was, you know. And I don't know. For me, it was just one of those things. I was like, yeah, visuals enough on this one, bro. I know it tastes all right, but
They don't even taste all right to me. They fucking suck.
shitty, and you eat them anyways.
It was like I'm a texture eater, and there's just something.
Oh,
about-
dude, me too.
I'm like, I just want a fucking glizzy for some reason, dude. And it almost was like a bit that got away from me, dude. Because
That's
like,
fair.
especially with my core group of friends, they're like,
Yeah,
"What are
yeah.
we eating today, man?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" I've been eating the same thing every Tuesday for the last like 26 weeks.
What is that?
A chicken cordon bleu.
Yo, I used to have a big obsession with chicken cordon bleus.
Every
Absolutely.
Tuesday.
So good. Is there a significance behind that?
They just fucking they crush
just
it,
good, yeah.
and it's like fucking. It's at Poi Place Casino. It's like $13, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's
Worth every penny for
yeah,
you.
dude. It's a great meal. I'm a single guy, so it's
Yeah,
like
what do you
you get two sides, two nice cordon bleus, dude. They hook it up. It's
Let's
choice.
eat all this.
Dude, I fuck them up.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 20 weeks strong. The only time I'm 26 weeks strong, probably longer than that. The only time I've ever missed it is when they were sold out.
Yeah, you're gonna get up on stage and you're gonna talk about how much you love chicken cordon.
I get
Be
pissed
like,
on
I'm fueled by this
Mondays,
today.
dude, that it's not a Tuesday because I want the fucking
Yo,
cordon.
I hate Mondays, man. I feel like
cordon blues day, baby.
Mondays can suck it, dude. It's like that beginning of that week. It's like you're not even ready. You just had your weekend. Now you're about ready to start this week up, and you're like, I could use another day.
I go to my
Let me do my
chiropractor on
thing.
Mondays, so I love Mondays. I
That's
get
a good reason.
readjusted.
I used to go to the chiropractor too.
I go twice a
Great,
week.
dude.
I've gone for the last like 3 years.
Yeah,
I've had my chiropractor on the show 5 times.
really? That's awesome.
I love him. That's my dude.
Dope. I haven't been for a minute, but
So, what are some of the I feel like you
Oh,
listen
so
to two
we-
bands.
yeah.
you've
So
been in.
we started. I know it's just gonna. This is how it's gonna go because we're
It's all
both
good.
talkative people.
Tangent City.
So yeah, All King's Horses was one of my first bands. I did do a project called The Unknown, which
Good band
seemably ended up being unknown. So I mean, we put like an EP out. It is on YouTube if you can go and find it. It's called Cho. It was a joke. It was a
Chode.
Chose.
Oh, I thought you said
not Cho.
Chode.
No. So it was like me and my brother, one of my friends, Justin Jarmack. He's
I know Justin Jarmack.
You do know Justin?
I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
know Justin Jarmack.
So Justin Jarmack's musical endeavors. I'm going to give you that plug right now because
Shout out
I'm already
Justin.
talking about it, and he's one of my boys. So, him and
And
then
this
there was-
girl Pfeiffer.
Rebecca. Yeah.
Rebecca.
Yep.
Yeah. Rebecca Pfeiffer.
So we did that little project. We played maybe 5 shows total, and he's the one who recorded it.
He's got a couple songs. I really like his sound.
Yeah, no, he's actually in a band called Overtired with my brother and a drummer Jay, and it's a 3-piece, and they're in the middle of finishing up a record that he's put a lot of effort into and a lot of time into it, and I think that people hearing it are gonna really enjoy it. It's pretty cool. He's kind of like a math rock sort of guy, but it's not like too over the top of like technical shit, it's just like he's been playing guitar for years and like he's got his own like weird like tuning setup and everything. Like he tunes his guitar like nobody I've ever even met, so it doesn't make any sense to me, but I also can't play guitar, so like what the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? So that was a cool project. I think if we were all kind of young at the time, so like it could have been something more than it was, but it was just like a couple member changes, a couple things here and there that just didn't quite go that way, but then I was part of a band called the Stacy White Suite, which a lot
I
of
know
people
John.
know about. Yeah, John Page, owner of 3 Lives downtown.
John's been on my
He's boy
podcast.
too. Oh, he has word. Hell yeah,
I
that's
did the
awesome.
podcast at 3 Lives.
Oh no shit! I
It
didn't know
sucks
that.
because the audio is dog shit in that episode. In comparison to what this was,
Right.
that was one of the old bad
that's
episodes.
fair.
It sucks. I feel
Yeah,
bad because I thought I was ready to take it on, and we weren't.
We weren't ready to go. Yeah,
No.
trial and error, man. That's how it goes. That was probably one of my favorite projects. I think that kind of developed a big sense of like my musicianship and my creativity and what my actual what I was actually capable of. I think that kind of brought me out of my shell a little bit because as a drummer of 15, 16 years on like top of like being a singer, which is where I started to like put those two together. And singing has always just been something I've just done in my spare time. It's not anything that I've said, would be like a passion of mine. Sure, it makes me feel good when I can like really feel like I'm doing it right. But like when I had to, that band basically taught me to come out of my shell a little bit. And it was an alternative rock group. And so it wasn't quite metal, but I had a lot of metal influences that I used with my drumming. So like, and I've been trained for years, literally by teachers and drum set and jazz and all this other shit. So like,
I'm bummed I never got to see that because I've always followed the Stacey White, and I actually thought you were in that. And I was
Yeah.
going to bring that up. Obviously, we haven't
man.
got to outside of text chat that much and shit. But yeah, I thought that because I know John used to like come to my house parties and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, John's
That's
a fucking
awesome.
cool dude.
Yeah,
and
man,
then I
he's-
love Three Lives too.
oh, absolutely. It's a great spot, man.
Oh, the Menace,
Syracuse,
dude.
only place for
Oh,
that.
this we got a
But it's,
disgruntled employee. Come here. Come here.
moving the camera on us, are you, kitty cat?
No, shoot. You want me in the episode?
But yeah, that band kind of like taught me to really
You're not,
come
like,
out of my
allergic to cats,
shell.
are you?
Actually, I am, which is
sorry.
ironic. No, it's fine, bro. You say sorry. It's your house. I'm in your house. I don't get to fucking decide if there's a cat or not.
Yeah, no, I feel bad.
Get it out of here.
Who brought this fucking cat, dude?
No, it's all good. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, that kind of like taught me a lot about the, you know, having to figure out like with drumming, like I'm using all four of my limbs at one time, right? So my brain's already working in these weird patterns, and then trying to throw a melody on top of that and singing while you're doing all that stuff and having to worry about hitting notes and stuff just like makes you like, dude, I messed up so much trying to learn how to do it. And like, even now, like I could do it if I figure it out. It's just a little bit of practice to get like what I need out of it. But I think that now we're officially joined. Hello, Kitty.
Come over here now.
But I see that was a band that I think out of all of my projects that I've been in, excluding the one I'm currently in with A Greater Danger, that was the band that I like wanted to take all the way. That I felt like there was a genuine purpose to what I was doing, and like I was with a lot of good musicians and like very talented people. We made like our own little super group, we called it, just people from other bands, you know. And it was a good group of people. People were creative. They were good musicians. We pushed each other. Like we all got along. You know, those are all certain things I think that are really important when you're collabing with musicians. Because like if you don't have the chemistry, like you're not going to get anywhere. And like you can make your own music and do what you got to do. Then there's nobody else telling you what to do. It's all on you. So it's a lot easier to like formulate what you want. But when you work with other people, like sometimes you do have to like pull back and be like, you know what, I didn't really like that part. Like maybe we could try something else. Or like it's a lot of like figuring out how to work with other people well when it comes to like having the same sort of vision or like creative, you know, purpose. You want something more out of it, and so do they. What's the best way we can all put our, you know, influences and our styles together to make something greater than what we have?
And that's how you make something. I saw something the other day. It was like the only way to truly be unique is to take from so many influences that it sounds like something you've never heard before.
Which is
it's like
tough.
to be inspired by so many different things. But I feel like that's kind of like what happens in scenarios like where you grab from different groups and things like that.
Yeah.
And that is how you kind of make a
Absolutely.
real original sound.
Or simply listening to music that's outside of your norm.
Yeah.
You know, like if, you know, I think that kind of helps to find inspiration too. But when not even just listening to the music, if you can like listen to other music that's outside of your norm and then also take some of that away. And like, if let's say you learn a song of something outside of your norm, that's only going to benefit you in the long run. Because now you can use that when you go write music for something else and say like, oh, I get a little influence from this or this. And like for this show, for example, like I've never played a hip hop show before. It's drumming, sure. I've done that 100,000 times, right? And it seems like it's effortless. But I was like, you know, excited about it when you asked me because I'm like, well, first off, like, obviously you reached out to me because of somebody else. Saying,
Shout out
like,
Spooky Boy.
Yeah, Spooky Boy.
James JB Howe.
It was like, you know, kind of like a little bit like of a nervous feeling. Like, okay, like this is something new. I don't know how it's going to go. New people, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, yeah, I said yes almost immediately because I was like, I've never done this. Of course I want to do it. Like, why not challenge myself? Why not like step outside the comfort zone? Like it's all about growth, right? You want to become a better musician. You want to become a better person. You want to, you know, get out of negative thought cycles and, you know, the way that you view things and just be better. And that's what I strive to do. And like, I was like, this is going to be cool. And like, obviously I've been chipping away for the past month. You know, every other day if I can, every day if I have the time for it. Couple sets in a day if I can manage to. So
You've been killing it, and which I
it's
understand
been
too.
fucking great, dude.
Like you said, dude, 16 songs in a month is
it's a lot, bro.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is.
lot.
But like, if you really want something, you go after it, and it's like you dedicate the time that you really want for whatever it is that you're, involves in your passion. And little technical difficulties over here. So. The cat's moving the cameras around. We don't know what's happening.
We're all right.
No, you're just ahead, bro. Look at you.
So
It's
anyways,
okay. Vinny's short, everybody. We don't have to say it, but it's actually funny. When I first met you, bro, I like thought that you were way taller in person. I don't know why it was that way, but I was like, yeah, this dude's short.
in my intro, it says coming in at 12 feet tall. That's what
I love that.
That's what
I have the attitude of being taller, bro.
I always tell that to my friends, like that, because I got a lot of tall friends, and I don't realize how tall some of them they are until they're next to the other tall friend.
Yeah.
But I always tell them, dude, in my mind, we're dude. I'm 12 feet tall, dude.
That's fair.
But
Hey, I'm not knocking you for it, bro. You work with what you got, man. That's how life should be.
I tried to not
Make the
come
best
off
of
it.
it.
Dude, I'm 5'9", by the way, so motherfuckers gauging. I'm not out here like fucking 5'4". I'm not that short. I am short, though. I'm a shorter gent.
Let's all more, smaller body to contain twice as much excitement and energy.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm fucking...
Yeah,
I'm stoked for this, though. I really am. And like,
it's gonna be cool. And we broke record sales, right?
Yes,
you
we
said
did.
that you broke the record sales for your previous shows. So
wow, we're at this point 12 away from doubling it.
that's sick.
Yeah,
I'm about
so-
to have a couple more tickets coming your way. I
so-
just sold a couple today and yesterday, and
Yeah.
I got 4 or 5 more at least coming in the works. So
It's 2/3 sold out totally. So in that
look at
sense,
that.
so those
And you didn't even know what was going to happen. You're talking about like, man, I really hope we can at least like beat the sale or like get to it. And now you're about to almost double it.
I'm excited.
Like, that's an achievement, bro. That's a small
excited.
victory, a step in the way that, you can use. And it's a good feeling. It should be a good feeling. I would think it was if it was my show.
I'm incredibly honored, and I'm honored to have you on board. And I hope everybody sees how amazing
yeah.
you are and what a difference of set this is too. Because I also am like my buddy's mom might be coming and shit that I grew up with.
Shout out to his buddy's mom.
Yeah,
dude.
shout out Tina Bishop. No, and like her husband, our ex-husband was in a band. My father's in a band and shit.
Yeah.
She loves live music, and there's a big difference between hip hop and like when I used to just go up there with my DJ and then what we're doing now. Like it's a whole different
Yeah.
set, even for me. Like,
I don't think I've
that
ever
experience-
been to like a hip hop show, dude. I don't listen to it very often. I have before, obviously.
They
like-
kind of suck without if you're a live music fan like I am.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
want something more. I need something more.
Exactly.
And especially because 9 out of 10 of them don't even do what I do, where like some of the main vocals are gone. Like, Riff goes out there, all vocals, all in like straight tracks,
Yeah.
and just goes out
for
just
it.
kind of fucking dances to his shit. And no diss to Riff, but that's just what he does. You know what I'm
fair.
saying?
Everybody's got their own
Yeah.
thing, man. If you make it work, you get enough people to like what you're doing and follow you. It doesn't matter how you do it.
Oh,
Whatever works for you, you know what I mean? And then, so to summarize that whole thing up before, the last band I was a part of was called So This Is How It Ends, which was like a heavy, like down-tempo band, just like angry sounding and just really like slow stuff kind of, but it was big, it was full, it was heavy. It was a really cool project, but just had some member disagreements and, people just, see, I'm not a person who likes to badmouth people. I just speak the truth about things, and it bothers others because I'm blunt, and that's not my problem, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but they had some attitude problems, and there was just things that they thought we were. My brother and I came into the band as more like gent-oriented people and more progressively based. Like they kind of felt like we were trying to like change their sound almost, but that wasn't the case. It was more realistically about, if we're going to be a band and you want us to have our input in it, then we need to be able to express that. And we're not trying to change your sound. We just want to add to what you have to make it better.
I think people are scared of evolve. They take changes. Evolution is change, and evolution is necessary, dude, especially if you want to grow.
Well, finding something that makes you comfortable is easy. Is easy. There's no other way about it. And if you're not, again, expressing that, I feel like that's half a theme here we got going on, but like, you have to step outside your comfort zone in order to grow. Do things that scare the living shit out of you. Because once you do it, guess what? You're not going to be scared of it anymore because you know what happens. And more times than not, you think the outcome is going to be so much worse than it actually is. It's just the thought of being like, I don't know. Like,
A bad show.
It's just, oh God, yeah.
I'm assuming you've had a bad show in your lifetime. You know what
I've
I'm
had
saying?
plenty of bad shows. There is not one musician out there that's ever going to say.
I've never had a show that has gone according.
And that's the opposite way to look at it, right? There's
Like as I wanted it to, exactly as I wanted to. Every show's going on.
yeah.
But it's according 100% where I'm like, this is the closest I've ever felt to where it's like the dominoes have been set up perfect. We'll see how they knock down. You know, sometimes there's just a domino that's not close enough and they all stop right there. And it's like,
man.
fuck.
And it is like that sometimes. I think like having the like, you know, that ability to do that separates you from a lot of people, you know, by like taking that chance or like doing what you need to like get that extra step. Like half the time, the first steps is the hardest thing to do. It's just like cutting that mental break, you know what I mean? And that's like a big part of like how I've been trying to definitely like live my life now since. I mean, I think everything we go through teaches us a lesson. I think that every person we meet, you're meant to meet them for some reason. You know, whatever you take away from that person is your decision. That's part of your own reality that you created for yourself. But I think that people and the things you do, and there's a reason for everything. And
I agree.
How else are you going to know unless you don't take the chance? You know, unless you take the chance.
Dude,
right?
I was nervous to message you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, fuck, I don't know this dude. I remember, you know.
Yeah, I could have been a dick.
Do you know Syracuse Music Group?
Yeah, of course.
So I remember like 2 years ago, I'm like, I want to make a band. And everybody's like, what kind of band? Dude,
You get spammed, bro.
and then I got overwhelmed because I'm like,
Spammed.
I don't even know. I'm like, I just know I'm a hip hop act. I've seen hip hop acts with bands. How do we do that?
Right.
I'm like, I don't know how you do what you guys do. I just know I know I can do what I do over what you guys do because I've seen that done before, and I know I can do that, and that's how I interpret it all.
Do you have like any like pre-show like rituals that you do at all?
Like I said, where I fucked it up, my 3-drink minimum. I usually have.
You talked about that.
I usually have no more than 3 drinks.
That's fair.
I usually I get my merch set up. I would like to talk to my DJ about playing a certain song before I perform, just to kind of like. There's like 3
like
or 4
the in between time sort of thing.
Like, because I'm assuming he's going to set up at. This is how I kind of envision it. You know what I'm saying? We go on at 9:15.
Yep.
The last act is off by 9. Mm-hmm. So you know he gets up. It takes him about 10 minutes to set up.
15
Your set's already going to be there. So you know he'll probably play a song or two. He usually plays a song or two, gets the crowd
In
going,
between time.
gets the
keep
crowd
the energy
dancing.
moving.
Plus,
you know?
I mean, I have the stage theoretically to 9 to 11.
Okay.
Our set's only, you know, so we can
Yeah.
technically start whenever, you know,
That's
it feels
fair.
right.
Yeah,
you
well, that's
know?
what gives you that extra buffer period to like really like get comfortable. Like, okay, everything's stationed where I need it to be and everything's situated, whatever. And then.
But yeah, I want him to, I'm going to ask him to play a certain song. So when I hear that, that's also kind of my cue that it's
Okay,
like.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting hyped.
Oh, yeah,
let's get in the zone. Yeah.
That's just my shit that kind of gets me bopping a little bit. And no, I mean, I don't really have any set ritual besides getting everything set up. You know, the basic check-in. Usually fucking something up. That's probably my ritual. Not being able to find a file, but that's because that's 9 out of 10 times I'm trying to give him a file while he's already set up DJing.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons we did the other day.
Oh, yeah.
In the crazy theme of things, I do still need to get him 2 files, but I have them. And we've ironed out the issue.
We got 2 days, bro. Come on.
We've ironed out the issue. So what happens is he's always thrown in the flash drive and tried to pull it right from his DAW, the Serato DAW.
Yeah.
And
we were talking about it at rehearsal.
He tries to find the flash drive in his Serato DAW instead of just going to the files of his MacBook.
Of what got sent, right? Yeah.
Well, no, not even where it went sent. Like, drop the DAW, close the go to the files basically, and then pull it from there to his thing. Yeah. And then once it's on his computer, then he can pull it from his computer to the DAW. Yeah. The DAW doesn't recognize the flash drive, but his computer does. And
all right.
That's what's been happening. Like literally, like you know, I'm saying he usually plays a few songs before I go on. So he's usually playing a few songs. I have to run up before my introduction, give him a flash drive.
Set. Yeah, right.
And
that's fair.
But yeah. But no, we're ironed out this time. That's not even a hiccup in it.
Right. I mean, hey, you know, every time you play a show or every time you do something for your craft or whatever, like that next time you're gonna know what you did wrong or what you're gonna need to change to make it that much better or like
one of my biggest
flaws, you know.
And don't mean to put this cloud on you, is just depending on other people. A lot of times, like all right, so my old hype man,
like with
showed up to a sold out show just fucked up.
I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to me, let alone to somebody else.
In his defense, he did great. So it was a hard, like, don't do that. He's like, I felt fucking fine. And he
Yeah,
did
right.
do a good job, but
Jesus Christ.
it had me so nervous the whole
Dude, yeah.
time because he was
It's
like,
your performance,
he's like,
dude. Oh God. Yeah, dude, that's bad.
and I'm like, dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
That to me is unprofessional.
Yeah.
Which is another.
Which we're going to get, I like to turn up. We're going to party after.
See, after is the key. See, I used to play all these shows when I was younger. When I first started out in bands, right? I was playing shows high, just smoking weed before I went on, or like
get pretty
having drinks or whatever. Well, I mean, it's to each their own. You know, I'm not knocking anybody that does it, but just me as a person, like I like to have, even like now, it's translated so much more. I will not smoke before a show. I pretty much will not have drinks before the show. If I'm like sipping on something, like, okay, maybe I'll have a drink, but it'll be like worked up into me going there. I'm not just gonna like have drinks and smoke before I play, because I like to have a clear, focused mind. And in one way, because I am hard on myself, and I've always been hard on myself, if I mess something up at a show, and regardless of if other people notice it or not, I know in my mind that I messed something up, and I will beat the shit out of myself for it.
I live in that
And
world.
it's awful, and it is. And a part of
terrible.
my last like month here has been trying to separate that feeling of saying like, why am I concentrated on the negative things so much?
with you
Compared to like
100%.
what my actual accomplishment was. Like
10%
part
of it
that's-
was negative, 90% was
yeah,
great.
exactly.
And you're like, fuck, why did I do
and
that?
you flip it
10%?
around so much, and it's just like, why didn't that 10% go anymore? We're all pushing for perfection, you know, even though it's literally impossible to do. And part of me breaking that, you know, thing is coming out of those negative mindsets that I've made for myself is, you know, this last 30 days specifically, I saw this video online and I started thinking about it. And I'm like, you know, it's like when you're addressed with something that is bothersome to you, or something that's hard that you're facing, right? Or getting like a feeling of being uncomfortable or whatever it is, like first acknowledging that you have that feeling, right? And then saying like what it is that is going on, and then having like the reason for why you feel the way that you do. And then sitting there and accepting it, and realizing then your last thing of like, what can I do to change how I feel about this? Or what can I do that can get myself out of this kind of thing, you know? So a lot of that is when I just notice that I start to think negatively of something, or I'm trying to alter how I'm seeing something, then like I need to take, whenever that negative thing comes up, try to spin it to something positive, you know, like
There's a yin and yang in everything, man. There's
course.
always the negative and there's always the
push and the
positive.
pull. Yeah, right.
I try to live in that silver lining because, like, I know, like, if I'm like, oh, this sucks ass, I'm completely wrong. Or if I'm even like, everything is great,
Right.
That's fucking
Yes,
fake too. So
exactly.
it's like, if you realize there's just as much blessing as there is cursing in every single, especially if you're doing something bigger than you've ever done before.
Right.
There's always literally gonna be like, this is a catastrophe and this is a glorious masterpiece. And it's
Yeah.
literally,
Absolutely.
that's life. That's how I perceive life, you know. And I yeah.
Sometimes you just need that space also
we got
when
some
those
gems
kinds
in
of
this
things
episode,
happen.
dude.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. The world's full of variety. Why not give this a little bit of spice? You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I love about, and that's like one of the bigger things about this platform I've built. It's always now is that it's more to philosophize and obviously talk about music and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
I think it's an open forum. I think any sort of podcast, like I even asked, I was thinking about it, right? And I'm like, man, like I've never done a podcast before. I was like thinking about it the other day when you asked me, and then obviously all today I'm driving here and I'm like thinking so much about like, yo, what are we going to talk about? Like, what are we going to say? And I'm like, it doesn't even matter, dude.
doesn't.
There's nothing that I like to be prepared for things, especially this.
Oh, yeah.
This feels like borderline an interview in a way, you know, and that's how I always kind of look at podcasts. It's like someone's got the show, they bring a guest on, you talk to them for a while, and then go whatever you're going to do. And so I started like preparing mental notes about like what I was going to talk about, or like some relatable topics of things that, you know, could have been discussed. And like, we already like,
we're riffing. Dude.
like, I mean, we're
gonna cut
we're
soon.
cooking, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it's been an hour already.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even pulled my phone out to look at the notes that I wrote down, you know?
So I usually, that's what the whiteboard up there is first for my notes. So
you're
I can-
giving it away. You guys don't know this. It's not really a whiteboard. We're actually just looking right at Ben here.
Yeah,
and
no, I
he's
haven't-
giving us pointers.
By the way, Ben, give a little shout out real quick. Hit the editor button. No, hit the editor button. That's Ben. Ben's up in here.
Hey, y'all.
But
God?
yeah. No. But I think we got a pretty solid episode. Is there anything? I obviously would love to get to know more about you, and I plan to.
We
And-
will, man. We got the link now, so.
Yeah, but So I want to do quick plugs. So obviously April 28th, Friday. This should be out Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be at Sharky's Underground performing a fucking killer, almost hour-long set. Never done anything like that in my life. June 10th, I'll be at the Finish Line in Brewerton with a bunch of dope acts. And then June 21st, we are opening up for Afro Man. And that's going to be a lit-ass show.
Hey, yo.
Thank you,
Gonna be
everybody, for
sick.
tuning in. This is It's Always Now.
It's always now.
But bam. For fucking
Yeah, buddy.
turn off the phone, get in the cat.